Welcome, it's Denome. Today's video is a good one because we do have the Firefly Decentralized Exchange airdrop, and the farming starts on 29th of April, but you can already provide liquidity here to actually be in the first snapshots when they start. So in this video, I will first explain exactly what is the potential of this airdrop, basically how much money you can make if you participate. Next, I will talk about the team, the qualifications, and the reliability of this project, if you can trust it or not. And at the end of the video, I will show you basically which buttons you have to press to be eligible for the airdrop as well. And before I show you in the next couple of minutes how much money you can make, I want to thank the Firefly team because this is a sponsored video. So thank you for making this video possible. So now let's just jump right into the action and talk about how much money you can make. And for that, let's go to the website called l2beat.com, which tracks all of the different layer 2 blockchains in the market, basically blockchains that help scale up transaction costs, lower the cost for us users, and make everything faster in the crypto markets. And right now we are interested in the number 7 layer 2 blockchain, which is the Manta Pacific blockchain, because the Firefly Decentralized Exchange is going to be launched on the Manta Pacific blockchain. And this is a very, very good option here because, as you can see, it has close to $1 billion of locked value. The downside here is that the bridged value is only $176 million. So the value of the Manta token and the Stone token is the bulk of the value of this chain, but 176 million is already enough in my opinion, and for the allocation that you get from the airdrop, it doesn't matter that much. So I will explain quite soon what all of this means. And then we can go to defilambda.com and we can take a look at the Manta project, and from here you can see the total value locked is $234 million. The reason for this difference between the previous website and this is that this does not track the Manta token itself. So that is the difference in here, but the bridged total value locked is pretty much online with l2beat.com. But from here, the important thing is when we scroll downwards, you can see number 12 is Firefly Decentralized Exchange, and right now it already has $800,000 of total value locked even before the airdrop has started. And the goal for Firefly is that it becomes the number 1 decentralized exchange, which right now is QuickSwap. And it won't take much to actually get to this spot. As of now, it only takes about 6x the amount of total value locked, and it already becomes the number 1 DEX on this blockchain. And the great thing about Firefly is that they are going to airdrop 30% of their tokens to the community. And that's one of the strong points of the Firefly Decentralized Exchange, is that they are a community first driven protocol. And you can see it from here. You can chat 24/7 with the protocol, and they're focusing on giving as much value to the community as possible. That is their reason for existence as well. And compare that to, let's say, Zero Land, which currently you can farm the airdrop. I'm pretty sure they are finalizing the airdrop, or it already happened yesterday. I'm not 100% sure, but they are only airdropping 5% compared to 30%. And the Aperture swap here, which currently has $5 million locked, it is airdropping only 7% compared to 30%, which Firefly is airdropping. So once the airdrop actually starts, I do believe this is going to be taking the number 1 spot in the DEX. And QuickSwap is not doing an airdrop. So this is simply an old project from the from Polygon or Matic blockchain. And that's one of the reasons, because it is trustworthy. That's why it already has quite a lot of value locked here. But since the Zero Land airdrop is about to end, Layer Bank is also doing a small airdrop, but Firefly, because it's doing such a big airdrop, I think it will be able to lock a lot of value in the protocol. That's why I'm talking about this project here right now. So anyway, this is the potential, but what does it actually mean? And for that, I actually have made some calculations how much money you can practically expect from this project. So this is not the official information, but this is the information I was able to basically calculate out. So let's say you provide liquidity only for $4,000 on the project for the full duration of the airdrop, which is 2 months of time. And since there are 100 million tokens which are going to be released, 30 million of those tokens will be airdropped, and the liquidity providers will get 17.5 million tokens. And what the team is actually expecting is that the total value locked will be about $40 million, and the fully diluted value of the token itself will be about $40 million as well. That means that the price per token is going to be about 40 cents per token. And let's say you are providing liquidity for $4,000, and since the total value locked is $40 million, that means that your allocation for the airdrop is, for this part of the airdrop, about 0.01%. And with that allocation, that means that you will get about $700 on top of your capital. And that means that the yield, which is about 3 months of time, the yield is actually about 17.5%. And the APR, which means your annual return for capital, is 70%, which is already good, but the team is actually expecting this to be much, much higher. So what they are basically expecting is that the fully diluted value is going to be $40 million, but the total value locked is probably going to be maybe $20 million. And the reason this could happen is they are not going to release all of the tokens first. So the market cap of this project is not going to be $40 million, even though the fully diluted value might be $40 million. So the market cap can actually be only $20 million, which is 1-to-1 with total value locked. And in this scenario, your APR, or annualized return, would be 140%, which in my opinion is doable. It's a little bit of a stretch, but it is doable. And on top of this, you can get extra allocations from the airdrop. So let me explain how that works as well. So from here, this is the full tokenomics of the Fly token. And from here, you can see the long-term liquidity incentives after the airdrop are going to be 25%. 20% is going to be project development fund. And like we previously discussed, 17.5% will be for liquidity providing airdrop. 15% is the team allocation. And then if you were interacting with the Manta blockchain before, you're interacting with the decentralized applications on the Manta blockchain, you were eligible for 5% of the airdrop. But this snapshot has already been taken, so you cannot participate in this part anymore. But I think this is a very good strategy for the team, because this means a lot of people will be able to get a small allocation in the Firefly token, which creates a lot of interest in the token. It also creates a little bit sell pressure, but it also creates a lot of incentive for people to actually want the price to go higher as well. And when we go over to the Manta Explorer, you can see that over 1 million wallets have been created on the Manta blockchain. Not all of these are eligible, but a lot of these will be eligible for that small amount that will be airdrop to all of those who are eligible for that 5% here. So it's a marketing gimmick, and I do believe it's a good idea to do this, because a lot of the most successful airdrops or most successful DeFi projects that have done an airdrop have done something similar like this. So I think it's a good idea to do that as well. And then they have 5% for the get out of jail airdrop. And what this means is that if you are basically farming airdrops previously in other projects, and you move funds from other airdrop projects over to Firefly project, then you are able to get an extra portion of the airdrop, which is 5% of the total Fly supply. And these are the projects, if you are currently farming on any of these projects, which are currently ongoing, Renzo project, Eigenlayer, for example, and the other ones I don't know, but Eigenlayer and Renzo are at least some of the airdrops that I've seen happening at the moment. So if you are farming these and you allocate funds over to the Firefly ecosystem, then you are able to get extra points as well. And the final airdrop will be the trading competition. So if you generate volume, if you trade on the Firefly exchange itself, you are eligible for 2.5% of the total supply as well. So on top of this 140% APR that you are able to get, you might be eligible for extra airdrops as well. And this is not exactly 1-to-1, because depending on which pool you farm, you might be eligible for some multipliers. But in general, this is basically what you may be able to expect between, let's say, 70% APR to up to 200% APR. The team itself was quite confident that they will be able to get 150% to 200% APRs on this airdrop campaign, which are, in my opinion, very, very good already. But that's the potential there. So now let's actually talk about the credentials and the team behind this project. So Firefly team, they were gonna launch on the ZK Fair blockchain, but they actually pivoted over to Manta blockchain. And one of the reasons are that the fundamentals of the Manta Pacific blockchain are just better. And I do agree with that statement. And they were able to implement a little bit more of the development into this project as well, and put a little bit more thought behind everything that they are actually doing as well. But one thing to note here is that this is a copy-paste project from Uniswap version 3 in the beginning. So they basically copied the code of Uniswap version 3, and that's the decentralized exchange. So it has a lot of, let's say, reliability from the get-go, and they've already done two different audits on this code, and both of the codes, when I read through them, just basically stated that it's a copy paste from Uniswap version 3. The only changes is the name from Uniswap to Firefly, and that's the situation now. But once they implement other things like one-sided liquidity, limit orders, and so on and so forth, then the code will be changed a little bit. But as of now, it is a copy-paste from Uniswap version 3. Another thing is that the team is anonymous, but they have actually done the KYC process with the Manta Pacific team. And we can basically verify that they have done the KYC because when we take a look at the Twitter, you can see that Manta ZK Accelerator program has actually accepted the Firefly Decentralized Exchange in the basically startup program. And this is just a verification that they've probably done the KYC, or most likely actually have done the KYC, which I believe they have done as well. And they also have advisors. So Vasya Zupan, which is a former COO of Bitstamp and CEO of Matrix Exchange, is an advisor here. CurveCap, which is a DeFi analyst for Curve and other projects, is part of the advisory team. VFAT from VFAT Tools is an advisor as well. VFAT Tools, if you were yield farming in the previous bull run, you probably know this project here, but VFAT from that project is here as well. And then Jack Newald is a crypto analyst as an advisor as well. The project itself, in my opinion, still looks legit. I was talking with the team back when they were still going to launch in the ZK Fair. They pivoted over to the Manta Pacific, and they be very transparent about the whole process. So it looks to me that they are actually in this for real, and they want to basically, or their strategy to win here is that they want to get the top spot as a DEX and then continue to raise the TVL here, and they want to keep the main spot as the top decentralized exchange on the Manta Pacific blockchain. That's basically the goal of it, and they want to support the community as much as they can. And that's one of the reasons why they have this massive airdrop campaign. 30% goes to as the airdrop compared to all of the other projects here as well. And that's the strategy. They want to become the top dog and keep that position there as well. That's the goal, and I hope they succeed, because that means that the airdrop will be more successful as well. Now let's talk about a little bit more details about the airdrop, and then I will show you how you can actually participate. So when we go over to the liquidity DOC or the airdrop here, one key thing to note is that the airdrop campaign starts on 29th of April. That is the first season, and the first season is online for 30 days. It ends on May 29th. And basically, if you provide liquidity here, 7.5% of the total supply of Fly tokens will be allocated within the first month. And for the trading competition, 1.25% of the total supply of Fly tokens will be allocated here. The Manta DeFi DOC will be allocated during this time, and 2% of the get out of jail DOC will be allocated in this time. And next season is gonna be from May 29th to basically June 28th. And during this 30-day period, 10% of the liquidity provision tokens will be allocated to 1.25% of the trading competition will be allocated, and the final portion of the get out of jail airdrop will be allocated here. One important thing to note here is that even though this ends on June 28th, there's going to be a 39-day maintenance period. And during this time, I believe you can already withdraw your liquidity. But if you withdraw your liquidity here, then before the maintenance period is over, before August 6th, you will only get a fraction of the rewards. So you're probably going to be locking your liquidity until August 6th. So that's basically a 3-month period. And during this 3-month period is basically when you can farm the airdrop, and after the airdrop is done, then they will move over to just providing basically yield farming portion of the airdrop, where you can stake the Fly token, as well as there's going to be liquidity incentives for special pools in the system as well. So that's the important thing here. Snapshots will be taken daily. So if you provide liquidity and you trade in the first days, you probably get a bigger allocation, because total value locked will rise, let's say, within the first weeks, within the first month, basically. So if you are in the first days, your allocation for those days will be higher than at the final days when most of the liquidity is already in. That's there. Then another thing to note is that you do have to actually use a referral code. So if you actually only participate in the airdrop, but you do not use any participation code or referral code, that basically means that you are not eligible for the airdrop. So you have to use some sort of code. And there are a couple of ways you can get a code here. One is that you actually use, you go over to Twitter or X and search for the code with the hashtag Firefly code, and you can join the Discord channel of the Firefly exchange and get a code from there. The team also gave me a bunch of codes. I will list a couple of codes under this video as the top comments, so you can find codes there if they still work. If they no longer work, you can contact me through my Twitter or X profile and DM me, or you can come over to my Discord and ask for a code as well to be able to participate. And then you are able to actually get a referral code as well if you want to get a portion of the allocation from other people that you invite into this project as well, and you can get that from the team. So you have to specifically apply for that if you want to get these referral codes yourself as well. Anything else here that's important? Not in this part. So that's basically it for all of these things. One more thing is that you do have to claim the tokens within 30 days at the end of each relevant competition. So if you just participate but don't actually claim the airdrop, then that part of airdrop will be forfeited and returned to that team. So you have to be active when the airdrop actually ends to claim the airdrop. Now let's actually talk about how you can participate. So the easiest way you can actually participate in the airdrop here is simply you come over to the Firefly exchange and then you connect your wallet here. And if you do not have a browser wallet, then I suggest you get one. The one that I currently use is called Rabbi wallet, and it looks like this. It's very easy, it's fast, it's reliable, and it calculates the transactions cost fairly, and it doesn't have failed transactions as much as MetaMask. And the way you can get this wallet is very, very simple. You simply use a Chrome browser and you go to the website called rabbi.io. And if you want to support the channel, you can use my referral code for this as well, or anyone else's referral code for that matter. The link will be in the description. And if you use the code denome, that helps the channel as well. But you basically just come to this website here, you install the Rabbi wallet, you go through the installation process, and that's very straightforward. And after you've done that, you simply come to the website here, fireflydex.io, and you connect the wallet here. And Once you've done that, then you need a little bit Ethereum on your wallet. So you simply copy the wallet address here and you send some Ethereum from your exchange over to the wallet that you have here. And once you have the Ethereum on your Ethereum wallet, then you click the bridge button from the website here, which takes you over to the Manta Pacific bridging website. And here again, you simply connect the wallet. Let me actually disconnect my wallet for now and connect again so you can see how this looks like. So you select the Rabby wallet here or any other wallet that you are using, and now we are connected. And from here, you simply choose how much Ethereum you want to transfer over to the Manta Pacific Layer 2 blockchain. So you could use, let's say, 1 Ethereum. I wouldn't use anything less than, let's say, 0.4 Ethereum, which equates to a little over $1,000. And the reason is there's some transaction costs involved with all of this, moving back and forth. So for you to actually get a decent actual return on your capital, this is basically, I wouldn't use less than $1,000 basically. So whatever Ethereum you choose to use here, let's say you want to use 10 Ethereum or whatever, you simply choose the amount here and then you click here, which is deposit the funds. It will take about 5 minutes for it to be transferred over to the Manta Pacific Layer 2. And after the money is there, you can come back to the Firefly DEX and then you can transfer funds from Ethereum to whatever money that you want. You go to the pools page and you click new position if you want to provide liquidity here, and you choose the trading pair that you want to provide liquidity with. So you basically choose Ethereum and whatever other tokens that you want to provide liquidity with. So you can provide liquidity with wrapped Bitcoin, for example, or if you want to keep funds in Ethereum, you can use Ethereum and the liquid staked wrapped Ethereum here, or you can even use USDC and USDT as a pair, and that works as well, or any other combinations basically. The combinations that are eligible for this are basically any combination with Manta, Ethereum, USDC, WUSDM, Stone, Wrapped Bitcoin, USDT, or the Fly token. And there are some specific combinations here as well. But there may be some multipliers for different pools depending how much liquidity they attract. So if one pool has less liquidity than another pool, that may actually have a higher APR than some pools which are very, very popular already. So expect to be able to get more yield from some smaller pools in the airdropping campaign, which may even take your APR over to, let's say, 200 or even 300% on the calculations here. So that's basically everything for this airdrop. Make sure to use a referral code. That's very, very important. You can use my referral code or any other one, but if you do not use the some kind of invitation code, then you are not eligible. But I think this is a very, very good airdrop simply because they will be giving such a big portion of the tokens to the community. So the allocation is probably higher than in most airdropping campaigns in the market. So that's basically everything I had for this information for Firefly Exchange. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you on the airdrop campaign on 29th of April. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.